In January 2019, concerns rose within the American government. TikTok's popularity among the US armed forces exposed a vulnerability to the app's data privacy laws. TikTok is an American subsidiary of its ByteDance parent in Beijing. China's internet security laws require ByteDance to share data with the Chinese government. This leaves open the possibility that TikTok can send location, image, and biometric data garnered from its American users back to Chinese intelligence. It is especially concerning when juxtaposed against the National Defense and Intelligence Departments. The secret and restricted locations of armed forces and other military personnel could have been a part of that data. The US Defense then discouraged and banned the app among its employees. The Australian Defense Department soon followed. Video sharing social network TikTok now has an estimated 800 million active monthly users. If the aforementioned concerns are true, then ByteDance could have misused personal data of all of its users. Suspicions were raised in 2019 after the debate over the American forces. In February 2019, the US Federal Trade Commission fined the parent company ByteDance $5.7 million for illegally storing personal data of minors under the age of 13. There were also concomitant worries that pedophiles and hackers could use the information for their own dubious purposes. By the end of that year, hard questions were being asked. In November of 2019, Senator Josh Hawley was instrumental in passing the National Security and Data Protection Act to prevent Chinese companies from storing more than necessary data on American users. Around the same time, the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, CFIUS, opened an investigation into TikTok's acquisition of American social media platform Musical.ly. TikTok countered back with assertions that their data is stored outside of China and cannot be accessed by the Chinese government. But since TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, is under the Orwellian law of the Chinese government, it is difficult to see who is being honest here. And it's not like TikTok has had a squeaky clean image. TikTok moderators have been known to suppress posts and videos made by disabled, poor, and ugly users. However, the irony of trying to stop bullying by undermining the very accounts of the bullied seems counterproductive and underhanded. TikTok moderators were also known to suppress politically included posts, especially those that leveled criticism at a government or regime. This entailed that the TikTok and ByteDance Corporation was not above manipulating users' accounts for their own purposes. And so the question has to be asked, where does this stop? In February 2019, the Information Commissioner's Office in the United Kingdom launched an investigation into the child data privacy laws and raised concerns over the open messaging system on the platform. In April 2019, the Indian government, advised by the Madras High Court, temporarily banned TikTok on grounds that it gave rise to a lot of inappropriate content, as well as left children vulnerable to sexual predators. The ban was lifted within 3 weeks after TikTok complied by deleting 6 million inappropriate videos. However, the Indian government banned TikTok outright in June 2020. Amid rising tensions due to a military clash along the northern Indo-Chinese border. The government cited China being a threat to Indian sovereignty as a reason for the ban. They said there were security concerns over their apps. 58 other Chinese apps were also banned in the nation. Recently, in June 2020, the European Data Protection Board, EDPB, decided to create a task force dedicated to investigating the role of TikTok across the European Union bloc. special concerns fell over the use of minors' data. The fact of the matter is that TikTok's data privacy policies are still a mystery. If it turns out that most of these investigations uncover evidence of the company providing the Chinese government with sensitive personal data, then the future of the app is doomed. However, it could also turn out to be some kind of red herring, an excuse to get American companies ahead. If the suspicion mounted by these governments continues to erode TikTok's reputation and stocks, local and domestic companies could benefit from their demise. American companies such as Facebook could seek to usurp the app's stranglehold within the US and perhaps globally through its Instagram Reels initiative. They have already launched their initiative in Brazil and India, the latter just a few days after TikTok was banned in India. The CFIUS could force ByteDance to sell Musical.ly, TikTok's subsidiary, to an American competitor like Facebook, should they uncover evidence against TikTok. But even if they don't uncover evidence, TikTok's reputation has taken such a beating that Facebook might still get their foot between the door. The trade war between China and the US doesn't seek to reassure us of the validity of each side's claims. This is why the investigations launched from other nations might be more important to the overall story. We need to observe each side of the story with a nuanced lens. The ambiguity of power obscured and misleads a considerable number of organizations and people.